Hello everybody, this is Ildris with GGTV. Got another StarCraft 2 replay for you today. Spent a lot of my time this morning actually watching some Day 9 videos, listening to some of Tempo's music. If you don't know who Tempo is, he's a StarCraft 2 player that does remixes of current songs into StarCraft 2 versions, they're absolutely wonderful. So I'm gonna link his channel in the description below. You should check that out. And if you don't know who Day 9 is, then clearly you're just here to look at my beautiful mug. Also, his site will be in the description below, so you should check him out too. Let's see what else we got. The replay I have for you today is actually another one of my own from the Gold Ladder. It's of a new build that I just tried out the other day. I looked up some new things versus Zerg, and I found a oldish Blink Stalker build, and I really wanted to give it a try. I kind of tweaked it a little. It's not the same as that you're going to find on the Team Liquid or the Liquipedia forums. It's a little different. It's faster, more aggressive. But I want to get that to you. I want you to have a look at it, and hopefully you'll be able to implement it yourself, have a little bit of success with it. And if you do, let me know. I'd love to hear some feedback for it. So let's go ahead and jump into that game. There we go. Okay, all loaded up. Let's go ahead and start it, because we all know how long it takes to actually get into the game, where anything exciting is happening in StarCraft 2. Okay, so I'll go ahead and introduce us. This is me, the Blue Protoss, up in the top right corner of Daybreak, which is probably my favorite map on Ladder currently. And in the bottom left we have Daedaliant, I'm assuming, as the red Zerg. And we'll actually speed it up just a little bit until we get to a point where there's anything, different happening. It's very typical. Start 9 pylon, and you'll see that I use 1 chrono boost on my probes. So you definitely want to use at least 1 on your probes, otherwise you're going to max out your energy on your Nexus and it's not going to go to any use whatsoever. And then you'll see the gateway coming up at 13, which is still fairly standard. And then at 14, a assimilator will go down. You scout on that 13 gateway. And the Zerg is, of course, sending his overlords out to scout, very standard. And he's going for his natural expansion on 15, also very standard. So as you can see, everything looks pretty normal from this point. By the time he gets his overlord up here, though, he will see that you've gone 2 gas early. There's nothing really you can do to stop that. And these building placements, you may actually want to put them on your ramp, just so if there is pressure coming, early pull, anything like that, you'll have at least 2 buildings up here, and you can get a stalker, a zealot, whatever you need to kind of block that off. But you see that it's 14 gas, 16 pylon, 17 cyber core, and then 18 for your second assimilator, which is a little different, and it's non-stop probe production until it's saturated. The scouting, I brought my probe down here. I saw that he did this early hatch, which is necessary for this build. This is specifically for PvZ, in which the Zerg expands early. And I didn't actually make it up into his main. I didn't check that at all. So I have no idea what's going on up here, which was probably a mistake. I could have got up there and found out at least what was going on and got back out. But I did scout. I saw that the hatch was going down early, so I brought my probe up here just to kind of see if he was going for an early third. As far as I'm going 2 stalkers early. You want to chrono both of these out. You want to chrono them out. Come on, do it. Don't make me look stupid. Okay, there it is. Hooray. So, I sent my stalker over here just to look for that overlord scout again, kind of push him away. I did use 1 of my chrono boost on the warp gate research. And as soon as I lay down these 2 gateways, I drop that Twilight Council. As soon as I lay down the first one, maybe even a little bit earlier, I drop down the Twilight Council. Which that could have been delayed just a bit because I don't have well, actually I do have the gas and minerals to go ahead and research Blink, so I should be doing that now. But the main point is, once you get those first 2 stalkers out, you want to go ahead and send them down immediately to put pressure on his natural, while you're researching Blink, gate, warp gate, and getting a 3rd stalker out. And you want to save up the rest of your chrono for Blink, because you want that out as quick as possible. And this was my first try at this build, so it's not completely optimized. You may want to play around with it a little bit just to get it perfect for you. You see I do drop that proxy pylon there, and while I'm doing all this, I'm just putting pressure on his queen and on his natural. So I'll put a little. I could have killed that off, honestly. I did some miss micro a little bit earlier, in which I could have sniped it. He's got this overlord in here. He sees basically what's going on. He sees that I'm getting that blink out, so he should know at this point what I'm doing. And honestly, he should have responded with Lings, which he doesn't. Just continues to go Roach. Lings would have made this a little bit harder. I think it's still viable. But I finally get in there, pick off that queen, and I'm just going to keep, hit and run tactics. Just keep applying pressure constantly so that he's forced to continue to make units instead of being able to drone. You'll see he is getting a spine crawler, 2 spine crawlers right now. Just kind of trying to get some static defense up to hold this off while he gets his army up. But he does lose that hatch, and then I go in. I look to go for those roaches, but as soon as I see the drones start running by, I'm going to go after the drones. And of course, the A move actually went after the broodlings, which was bad. I should have microed them better. But he does get enough roaches out that I have to back off. And once they get off creep, though, I'm able to attack a little bit better. They're slower. Stalkers, of course, outrange and outspeed roaches. And you did see that Blink was finished. I'm going to use a little bit of Blink micro. I'm not the best at this. But the idea is there. You want to be using your Blink micro to keep these stalkers alive. You don't want to lose any of them. But you'll see here, completely mismanaged the situation. I lose almost all of these stalkers. It's actually a very bad spot for me, and I'm forced to back off. But he is forced to, come back because he is off creep. And I could just, micro those roaches all day with these stalkers. I'm not really doing anything else up here. There's once you saturate your base, you do actually. I didn't notice that, but I lost one of my probes on that assimilator. That was a mistake. And I do run low on gas earlier, and I suppose that's why. But once you saturate your base, your main with probes, you don't need to make any more. This is an all-in. However, you do see here that I am laying down the 2nd nexus. Completely contradicts everything I just said. But the reason I did that is because I saw his overlord in here, and I figured he was coming down this way, which he is now. And I want to make him think that I'm expanding, that I've given up on my initial attack, and I'm trying to macro now, which is not the truth at all. So he lays down this hatch again because he feels like he's safe. But instead what I do is bring my stalkers back in. I get a sentry, force field off his ramp so his roaches can't get in. I'm able to easily pick off each of these spine crawlers, which aren't on creep, they're not burrowed, and then I get I believe I get these overlords too, which the overlord should be out here in this kind of area where they can't be sniped, because as you can see he gets supply blocked because of that. So a little mismanagement on his part. So he does see that nexus there, and I'm just kind of back and forth engaging. I do cancel it because I'm not ever going to expand in this situation. I'm going to break him with my all-in, or I'm going to die trying. I'm always of the mindset that if you're going to go for an all-in, you go for it. Free overlord kills, free roach here. I also get the sentry because if I just absolutely can't break this, I can always research hallucination and use, you know, get a hallucinated Phoenix and use the vision on the high ground here just to blink up into his main, and then I can just kind of blink back and forth wherever I want and just, you know, completely harass him even more. But as you can see, I've done so much harassment with this big group of stalkers that I'm actually pulled ahead in supply, and he's constantly losing these spine crawlers. Constantly. I don't want that one. I wanted that one bad. But because of Blink, I have just so much mobility, and because I pressured him so early with those first two stalkers, he's not able to spread his creep. So he has, you know, even though I'm moving in onto his creep, I can back off without having to worry about it because he doesn't have speed on his roaches. And it's off creep. So as you can see, I'm just continuing to lay down proxy pylons just everywhere. I put this one in his right in the way so he can't get a third without taking that down and me knowing. I should have put one here as well just to make sure that he can't expand there. But you see here I worked in 3 zealots. That's just to tank the first wave of attacks from the Zerg, just to make sure that these stalkers can get in, you know, unhindered. And they get in, and I snipe this hatch again. And you did see that I laid down that force field. There wasn't anything but one roach up there, so it wasn't a big deal. Using a little bit of Blink Micro, focusing on those roaches until I get them back, and then I can focus on this hatch, take down the broodlings, or wait for them to die, whatever. And then I focus down that one spine crawler that had burrowed, and then on the roaches again. And then I actually get a few shots on that spine crawler, a bad force field, it doesn't die, which is unfortunate. But I still have plenty of money. I'm low on gas because I didn't see that I only had 2 probes on that one assimilator. That was a mistake. But I'm able to, and because of the sentries I walked in, but I'm able to just continually produce out of those 3 gateways these Blink Stalkers. And eventually it's just so much pressure that you can't keep up, and you get the rage quit. Alright. Good job. Let's go back. So, what we learned from that is you want to, if you're going to do a build like that, you want to apply that early aggression, you want to apply it hard. Just push in and make sure that you're microing well, because this is very reliant on your ability to micro. You want to make sure you get in early, attack the queen, just put pressure on that secondary so he's not able to drone. You're going to have that first wave of drones, which is perfect. That's what you want, because that means there's going to be fewer roaches, fewer lings. And you have the ability to attack that queen. And because you're able to attack that queen, that means he's not able to get creep spread. He's going to miss some larva injects, which is everything, you know, that's perfectly what you want. That game in particular was almost perfect for what I was doing. The way what he did was perfect for what I was doing. I made some missteps in there. There are some more optimization for the build. It does take time to refine. That was something that I just put together. I did throw down a 4th gateway because I was low on gas and I had so many minerals. If you find yourself in that situation, that's perfectly okay. You can use that 4th gate just to warp in a few zealots. So you're not wasting any of those minerals. You're not floating 1,000 like I was. What else? What else? Really, it just works really well against a Zerg that's expanding early. You're getting in there and you're just putting so much pressure on him just constantly that he has no ability to continue his production. And of course, while you're not taking an expansion, so if it fails, then you're already just so far behind in the game, especially against a Zerg. So the way I see it, just get in there, do as much damage as you can, just keep constant pressure on him, and just keep going until it either works or he breaks it. And if he does break it, then you can expand. You can try and get back in the game. You may even need to double expand, but if you do, you have to understand that he's likely going to counterattack, and you're going to lose from that point. So this build's very good. It's a good switch up from constantly forge fast expanding, which is what I was doing every single PvZ. It does get a little bit boring just playing macro games. Every now and then you do want to do just a one base all in. It's fun, especially with those Blink Stalkers. Blink Stalkers are, in my opinion, one of the most enjoyable units in the game because of that high mobility. You're able to mass them up, and teleporting is just fucking awesome. So, give the build a try. Let me know how it goes. If you find something that you think works better, let me know that too. That'd be awesome. Let's see, what else? I've been watching the GSL still. That's still going on. Still in the round of 32. Actually, I think that just ended. We're about to go into the round of 16. Again, it's on Twitch TV for free, live. But of course, since it is live, it comes on at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 6 p.m. in Korea over there. So you do have to stay up really late just to watch it. But it's free. So that's really cool. Let's see, what else? I want to thank all the people that have subscribed to me so far. I really appreciate it. You guys are showing me the love, and you know, it just fills up my heart. This is something that I really enjoy, and I'm just so excited to be able to bring you games like this and to just analyze them. And of course, I'm learning too from it, so it's great. It's win-win. Oh yeah, I want to mention again that I do offer some coaching for, you know, bronze level, low silver, that kind of thing. I don't want to say that I could coach anything higher than that because I'm only in gold myself. Uh, I do have a high understanding of the game just because I spend so much time watching it, analyzing it. But for the lower levels, for instance, for bronze, I'm almost 100% certain that I'm capable of coaching a player out of bronze into silver. As long as you can listen and apply, I can get you into silver. So, if you're interested in that, just send me an email to GamerGenusTV@gmail.com. If you have replays that you would like to have cast, send them to the same email. Everything else, much love. Peace.